Once again, it's my pleasure to gonna be with you in these sessions of Israel and democracy. And the point is that the question that was asked regarding the Yemot HaMashiach right now, we right now in the Yemot HaMashiach, as it's mentioned, there are 2,000 of Tohu that wasn't anything, 2,000 years of Torah that were Dora Midbar and all those, out of the 5,580 years from the creation day. Doesn't make any sense that 6 days of the creation, what happened and how many millions of years it was upon the big gang, big, Mapatza Gadol, we say, or the evolution of that they say Darwin, whatever happened during these days, that's we have to open it. It's not the time. But the point is that right now we are the last 2,000 of 500, 780 years. It means that Ma'ayanei HaChochma niftechu, as it says in the Talmud Sota. When do you know that Ikveta de Meshicha? Ikveta de Meshicha, it means that there are alerts of the Mashiach. We can hear it. One, chutzpah tiske, that are they are chutzpah, and there is no any governments. It's not a government. It's governance, meshilut and meshilut. The point is that this is the years of Yemot Mashiach, and each of us have the accountability, have the responsibility to take a mission regarding whatever is happening. Whatever is so important regarding the Yemot Mashiach, we see every signals and every signs whatever happening in these days. Even after 4 elections, that right now we have the left wing, lefties and Islamists governments right now, gonna let us to understand, awakening us to be more unified, to understand all around. It's not just the enemies that were out of us, out of the Jewish nation. It means that those that we have to reaching out, keruv levavot, and bring them through. Not only as Rabbi Cook says, that 3 circles we have, shlosha ma'agalim we have, מעגל התורני, מעגל הלאומי ומעגל האוניברסלי. It said, as we say, the first, how did we during these Yemot HaMashiach did reaching out to bring all together. One of the signals, it was I think a few days ago, that Aviv Geffen, that is so secular, anti-Jewish, and too many, use too many terms against the Jewishness and so on. Even it doesn't believe in Hashem. We had together with Abraham Fried, that Hasidic way, and singing all together Birkat Sultan. And whenever that you see from one side, you see that their hatred, their anti-Semitism, they are everything anti-Bibism, anti-Bibi, and so on, anti-right everywhere in the world. You go in the Europe, in wherever, they're anti-Israel, BDS, boycott, and divestments and sanctions against Israel, BLM, and it's Black Lives Matters, and the Antifa, and so on. But whenever did you see there's a signal, there's a, a light in the nekudat or b'choshech, in the darkness you see it, a light that whenever that you open it, you see that yes, we are the people. We can make it. Aviv Geffen, a secular singer, Abraham Fried, the Hasidic singers, brought all together in the Birkat Sultan, and there was something special that everybody in the world was so influenced by this linkage, by this being together. So it's so important that everything depends on us, whatever that we're doing towards one each other. Don't go for others. Don't go for, the reaching out, the universal circle. Don't forget that the Jewish scholars, Jewishness, and the Jewish peoplehood, first of all, how can I help by kindness one each other? That we have three principles, al shloshat dvarim ha'olam omed, that say Pirkei Avot, על התורה, על העבודה ועל גמילות חסדים. על התורה, it means that the Jewishness, the Torah, the Eretz, and learning not only the Torah, it means the standard of living. Second thing, Torah, Avodah, it's not just mankind working, it means that how we are worshiping and how we can behave one each other, as we say, Arba Chelkei Shulchan Aruch, four sessions and sections of Shulchan Aruch, and above all of that, they are fifth Shulchan Aruch, that's our common sense, Sechel HaYashar, Ma'al Arba Chelkei Shulchan Aruch, and Torah V'Avodah V'Gmilut Chasadim. It's not just worship and so on. This says, Hitaruta deletata mevi hitaruta deleela. You have to start the good deeds to one each other, and then you see the nation, the second circle, the nation that be reconstructed. The nation is going to be all together that love one each other without any reason. Ahavat chinam bimkom sinat chinam, and then we have universal. And universal, you see that Abraham Accords, that bring the Arabs that were anti-Israelis, and right now Morocco, Bahrain, as well the United Emirates, Sudan, and all these nations, even 16 nations that were anti-Israel in the Warsaw conference, they identify of existence of Israel. It means that Ikvete de Mishicha, yes, but it's not upon Hashem that you're going to bring us from the heaven. No, depends on our deeds, how we behave to each other, not anti, not hatred, not seeds of hatred. Instead of that, love one each other, kindness, how we can help one each other, as Israel did towards the COVID-19, the even that we got three times expensive the vaccination and vaccines to Israel. We try to going to help the Palestinians in Gaza. We try to help the Syrians to vaccinate them. The Arab Israelis over here, and also in the United Emirates and so on, whoever that were asked us. Right now, it's not just weapon. Weapon doesn't make any sense. F-35, so on. What's that? The rifles and so on. Lo bekochi amar Hashem itbarach, ela beruchi. Not by the power, say the prophet, by ruchi, our spirit, our soul. That in Israel, as you know, the Hanukkah is celebrated not because that we defeated as minorities by the what's that the Romans. It was the miracle of the candle. the candle lighting of menorah in Beit HaMikdash. So, in brief, we have the responsibility to make the change. We are the people that we have make change not only inside one each other, as Abraham Fried did, and Aviv Geffen, to being together and be unified. Also, by the agreements with Egypt, Jordan, Emirates, Morocco, and Sudan and Bahrain, we can bring all other nations that identify with the Israel goal, not only as a chosen nation, as a responsibility in medicine, in science, and it's hegemony, it's in the cyber and so on, to going to help others as third prizes of Nobel prizes belongs to Jews all around the world. Why? Because they're not only serving their nation, they're serving the humanity. This is the Jewishness that we say Tikkun Olam.